I think telling my wife every single time she tells me to quit messing around that I'm not messing around, I'm doing important stuff, it's going to be the new norm. Hey guys, welcome to the Batman Drew podcast, the podcast about life, fandom, and all the random shit in between. And we have several topics for you today, so I just want to be able to dive right on into it. But first, let's talk a little bit about some life updates. So this last week, I had to fly out to Atlantic City for work. I've never been to Atlantic City before, but I hate Philadelphia, where I had to fly into, and I don't care for New Jersey because I think it's a dirty, trashy state. And, you know, I had a good time. I did. Philly Airport, I still hate. Don't really care for the city of Philadelphia, and that's okay. I don't have to. Like, what do you care about what I think? New Jersey, I have my thoughts on New Jersey. I already said it was a gross, dirty state. That's probably not true. I'm sure there's nice parts of New Jersey. I'm a sucker for Jersey Shore. Like, I grew up watching that, and so maybe that's my only interaction with New Jersey, or, you know, at least thoughts on New Jersey, but whatever. Fine. Atlantic City, New Jersey is where I went for work this week, and I had a lot of fun. This was the first time that I had ever went to a corporate meeting with the company that I work for, and they did it up big. Now, a lot of corporate events, they'll spend a ton of money to be able to entertain and put on these conferences, and to be honest, a lot of it seems like a waste of money. And I'm sure there probably was waste when it came to this conference, but it was very direct. It had purpose. And I walked away from my day job thinking, I love the company I work for. And when you have that kind of renewed passion in the workplace, I think that's a win all the way around. So I won't dive into a ton about my work event, other than the fact that I'm very grateful to work for a good company. Does it have its faults? 100%. And yeah, I think if you ever find the perfect company and you think nothing's wrong with it to work for, you should probably leave, because you're going to screw it up. There are things that I wish that the company I work for, would do differently. But all in all, we are poised as a company for a very great future, and I'm very thankful to be a part of that. Got to be able to get some of my managers together to hang out and be a part of a group, and finally interact with each other, which was super exciting to be able to see. And just the culture that the company I work for has, I loved it. Loved every second of it. Hated the flying there, hated the flying home. Flying there were so many flight delays, and I get it, whether, like, some of it can't be helped, but my flight there was canceled 3 different times. And not only that, it was canceled 3 different times. I was finally able to rebook at like 11 o'clock the night before I was supposed to leave for a 5 a.m. flight out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is like 2.5 hours away from where I live. So between 3 canceled flights, the 2.5 hour drive to Tulsa, and like 90 minutes of sleep, I finally found my way heading to Philadelphia for the meeting. They call it Summit. And it was nice because I got to fly out of Tulsa, which I have a manager who lives in Tulsa, so I was on the same flight as him. I'm helping oversee another market in St. Louis right now, so I got to fly from Tulsa to St. Louis to Philly, and on that St. Louis flight was able to meet several of the managers that I'm kind of helping out right now. So although I wish I would have slept more on the way there, it was a good experience. I got to meet some new people, and I really had a good time about it. But on the way home, I had to fly to Washington, D.C., and from D.C. to Tulsa. And the flight from D.C. to Tulsa, like, I'm a big guy, so I do my best to get aisle seats. I do my best to be as less of an inconvenience to people as I possibly can. But if you've ever been on a plane, there's not a lot of room. And it was a 2-seater row, so you had 2 seats, the aisle, and 2 seats. And I got an aisle seat. Happy. I was like, all right, cool, we can make this work. Until I got on the plane. And the guy in the window seat happened to be a bigger dude than I am. And listen, I'm I have nothing, like, obviously I'm a big and tall guy, so it's easy for me to say this, but if you're a big person and you're flying on a plane, like, you shouldn't get shit for that. Like, you shouldn't get shit for, like, I mean, obviously if you're at a certain point and certain size, getting two seats is usually preferable, but I don't feel like I'm at that point. And I don't even know if this guy was really at that point either, right? But I'm not gonna shit on a bigger dude being on a plane, because I'm a big dude on a plane. If anything, let's shit on the airlines for having such fucking small, miserable seats. Because even if you are an average size individual, like, it's crammed in there, and that's silly. I think that's stupid, right? But with all that being said, there was no way he and I were sitting on the same row together. So, fortunately, there was a exit row seat with extra legroom that the individual next in the row next to this row that we were supposed to be in was willing to take, and it gave me my own row on the way home. Which, if you've ever been on a plane again, that is a win. So the flying, whatever. I'm not scared to fly. I just hate the experience. I hate going in and out of TSA. I hate just. I understand that they have to be very strict and stern in their approach, but I just think that most TSA agents take it as an excuse to be an asshole, and I just think that's shitty. So, but the flight, whatever. I finally got home, drove about 2 hours home from Tulsa, just in time to be able to be back home for Father's Day weekend with Scarlett and Grayson. While we were, when I got back on that Friday, I had to go do some research on the location for the company that I work for. So we're thinking about opening a location there in Little Rock, Arkansas. So took that as an opportunity to be able to explore a little bit and go to some places that we have been wanting to go to, which you'll have to check out the post-credit scene to this video to find out where we went. And we'll drop a side quest video to that later on this week. But at the end of the day, it was a good week. Got to feel very accomplished with my professional career. Got to spend some family time once I got back. And honestly, was just a fantastic end of the week. Right now, as I record this, it's Father's Day, and I would be remiss if I didn't show you guys my Father's Day gift from Grayson. It is a Sonic little action figure. Comes with the little gem as well. Grayson said, "Dad, I found this for you because it's a figure, and I know you like figures." And I was like, "I appreciate that, bud." So, and then they got me this little, it was a mystery pack, Ninja Turtles, and I ended up pulling a Donatello from that. So, yeah, really great Father's Day so far. Very thankful, and super thankful for my wife, who really went out of her way to try to make this Father's Day special. So, as a guy with daddy issues, and whose dad passed away when he was real little, I'm just grateful for every opportunity I have to be able to be with my family. So, and I'll end the life updates with this. Talking about the flying, I've been walking every day for a while, pretty much every day for a while. I'm doing the Conquerors Challenge, which, if you don't know what that is, Google it. It's really cool. Basically, you walk certain paths in certain themes. So I did, like, the last one I did was a marathon through Athens. Right now I'm doing Rome. The one I'll do after I'm done with the Rome one will be for Tomb Raider. But I've been really trying to walk. I dropped several pounds since my last doctor's appointment, which I'm really happy with. But I realized with all the flying that I had to do, my number one weight loss goal right now is to be able to sit comfortably on a plane. That is my number one goal. So I will scream to the rooftops once I achieve that goal. And so, yeah, life is hard, but like, it's worth it, right? It's never going to be perfect, so we just got to figure it out. We got to make it work, right? So let's move on to the topics we have today in the world of fandom. I have 3 topics for you, and one huge shout out that, for whether it's 5 people watching this video or 500 people, I think it should be mentioned. So first things first, I've been playing my way through Final Fantasy 13, and I'm roughly about 10 hours of gameplay into it, and I hate this game. I don't know if I'm going to finish it or not. I'm debating. I want to finish it because I started it. I want to finish it because I want to actually eventually go through and replay all the Final Fantasy games and play for the first time, I guess, the ones that I haven't played. I love the lore and the world of Final Fantasy, and I love the stories that are in this world. I love the fact that every game is unique within itself. This is a terrible game, and I can't decide whether or not I want to push through it or not. Right now, I'm going to say yes. But I also, life is too short to sit there and play shit that you have no interest in. And so I keep hearing that at the 20 to 25 hour game mark, that this game really opens up and it becomes a great game. And to that, I say, Square Enix, do better. Because if I got to get 25 hours of gameplay into the game before I actually enjoy it, that's a fault on you. So right now I'm going to finish playing it. I have it on the Xbox. I can travel with my Xbox for work because Scarlett and Grayson doesn't use the Xbox while I'm gone. So I'm going to try to push through this. But I don't know how much longer I can take. Because there's a whole realm of games that I want to play. Not only the ones that we talked about on last week's episode about that are coming up and all the trailers of the great games that are coming up, which, mind's eye, I'm looking at you. But like I just downloaded Ghost of Tsushima because I had bought it a long time ago and I just haven't played it yet. And I know that I've heard that that's a great game. There's so much that I want to play. Not only that, but talking about the ones that I want to replay. Like, I want to replay the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. I want to replay Final Fantasy VIII. I want to replay at some point The Last of Us 1 and 2 leading up to Season 3 whenever it finally drops. Do I want to waste my time with Final Fantasy 13? I don't know. And the fact that people think that Lightning is one of the greatest characters of all time, I don't get it. I don't. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with Final Fantasy 13. I don't want to hate play it. I want to finish it. But it's not a good game so far. And if I find out at the 20-25 hour mark that everyone's right and that it's like, oh, it really opens up and it's a great game, I think that might piss me off even more, because why make me play so many hours of a shitty game? Like, just make it great to begin with, right? And I know that's easier said than done, but the game shouldn't go. That's like saying, like, hey, this one show on TV is really great to watch. If you, I don't know, a show that I want to watch is Yellowstone. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I'd want to if someone was like, hey, Yellowstone really gets great at like season 4. But you can't start season 4. You got to do season 1, 2, and 3, which are shitty. They suck. There's 60 episodes or however many episodes are in those sorts of seasons of garbage TV. But just hold it out till you get to season 4. I don't want to do that. So Final Fantasy 13, I don't know. We're gonna push through it. We're gonna see. But I think that fuse is short. I might be giving it up soon. So moving on to another realm of Final Fantasy. Magic the Gathering, obviously you've seen this, has come out with a Final Fantasy collab, and I was hooked. I'm like, I've never played Magic before, but this was going to be something that was going to get me into the genre, and I didn't know where to start. So the first place I started was I went to Amazon and I ordered a starter pack, not knowing what else there was to order, but I was like, starter kit, starter pack, like that's got to be it, right? So it finally came in today, so I'll do an unboxing of that here soon. But yesterday, before Father's Day dinner with Scarlett's family, we went to Wizard Asylum in Norman, Oklahoma, because I said, why not? Let's go see if there's any other packs or things like that I can buy. Now, they were sold out of quite a bit. All they had were booster packs, which I have one right here. So they have booster packs that were like $6.99. I don't know if that's good or bad price. That's what they were. Never played Magic. So I knew I was going to go ahead and buy some of the booster packs. So I ended up buying 6 of them, which again, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe they're all the same and maybe I wasted money. Hopefully they have different cards in them and things like that, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I was talking to, he was either the manager or the owner of the shop. Definitely someone that was in charge. And I was just kind of telling him, like, hey, like, you know, what do you have coming in? Not only was he kind enough to put my name on a wait list for me, but he started walking me through tools and resources on how to play Magic the Gathering, including giving me 2 of these free welcome decks, which, again, I don't know what they are because I've never played. But apparently those are full kits that will teach me how to play Magic. And they also talked about Magic Arena, I think, which is a downloadable game for your phone that will, he said, you spend about 20-25 minutes playing that, you'll understand the game, you'll know how to play. In a world where when you go to a comic book shop or you go to one of these gaming stores, that the social awkwardness is real and people don't talk to you and they don't help you and there's not a really, you know, extreme amount of customer service, this place did it right. Which is funny because my wife and her and mother-in-law went into it a few days before that, and they had a terrible experience. But I can only talk about what my experience was, and this is my shout-out. Wizard Asylum in Norman, Oklahoma. They're on the corner of Robinson and I believe it's 36th Street. It's right there across the street from Sooner Mall. Just thank you. Great job. Like, not only did you help get me set up so I can understand the world of Magic, you invited me out to one of your Magic game nights, which I'll probably end up going out and checking out here in the next few weeks. And I'm hoping that I really get into it. Like, I never thought to myself I would be a Magic the Gathering player. But I'm going to give it a shot. This Final Fantasy collab had me hooked. So, and Wizard Asylum, you did a great job of really helping me figure out to navigate that world. So, shout out to you guys. Am I going to like Magic, though? Am I going to like Magic the Gathering? I have no idea. And even if I do, I don't know very many people who play. Scarlett says she'll learn from me, but it's not really up her alley. I have a friend named Lindsay who plays, but we see each other, like, literally like once every like 6 months. So I don't know. We'll see. But I am excited and thankful about, you know, these little welcome decks to kind of help get me started. So I'm saving these. I'm going to plan on doing an unboxing video. I did get my starter kit today, like I said. So I just know I'm going to look like such a newbie, not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about whenever I start opening these cards and playing them. But I am excited for it. So, Magic the Gathering, here I fucking come. And then my last topic for you guys today in the world of fandom, the thing that really caught my interest. Superman, the final trailer dropped this week. And Jesus Christ, it's a great fucking trailer. It dropped with tickets now on sale. And apparently it broke Fandango. Like, it was the record setting for the largest opening day tickets of the year, beating out Fantastic Four that just broke that record like a week or two ago. And the trailer itself finally gave us some better looks at some of the secondary characters we were going to get in the movie. Gave us a little bit of look, even though I don't think we quite know the entirety of the plot point for Lex. Gave us a look at a little bit more at Nicholas Hoult and his ability to be able to play this Lex Luthor. And it gave us a sense of humor to the movies and joy that we haven't gotten in the last couple of Superman movies. So I think this trailer is great. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, I think is chef's kiss, and I cannot wait for this movie. Already bought our tickets for opening night. This is going to be bonkers. Super excited. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. Like, if you were on the fence about this, or if you were like, it looked alright, but we'll see. This trailer was fantastic. and I honestly can't wait for this new DCU. I can't wait to see what they do with these DC characters that we love, like Superman, and when they finally get around to announcing Batman and who that's going to be. Watching Supergirl, and even though I'm not a big Jason Momoa fan, I do think that him as Lobo is like that's what he was born to play. So, but the question is, what did you think about the Superman trailer? Did you like it? Did it hype you up like it did me? Did maybe you didn't care for it? Maybe you think that your expectations of this movie are super low now after seeing that trailer. I'd love to hear what you had to think in the comments. Also, let me know if I'm crazy, if I'm gonna like Magic the Gathering or not. I think that I hope that I will, but we'll see. And at the end of the day, like, hate on me if you want. Life is too short to worry about the people who hate on you for the things that you love. Like, enjoy your fandom. Go all in on it, right? So, moving away from the fandom portion of our podcast, let's talk about all that different random shit in between. Mind's Eye, from what I gather and the reviews I see, is awful and is not a finished product, which I don't understand how that happens, because in the world of video games, although I understand that you have deadlines, I understand that you have things you have to meet, certain dates and deadlines you have to meet in order to get the product out. It's not like a movie where you have to reserve theater spaces. It's not a world where, like, if you postpone the game by another 2 months, that people aren't going to go ahead and still buy it and play it at their own convenience. So how do you drop this amazing trailer and get everyone hyped for the release of your game and shit the bed so bad? Currently right now on IGN, 2.5 out of 5 stars with 412 reviews, and it's not even close for the people who hated this game versus the ones who absolutely loved it. There were so many glitches to this game. There were so many, such high expectations for what we were going to expect, because you promised this Grand Theft Auto versus Hitman type video game, and it sounds like you shit the bed. And I don't understand how, in the world we live in the technology we have, and the fact that no one's forcing you to put this game out on July 11th or June 11th or whenever the release date was. No one's forcing you. I apologize, that was my phone going off. No one's forcing you to do any of that. So why release a game that isn't finished? Now, whether the game sucks or not, that's like, you can only control that so much. Whether the game is a game that people are going to enjoy, you can only control that so much. But some of the glitches I saw were like people running away from you shooting, and like you would shoot at them and the bullets would go the opposite direction, or they would run away from you and all of a sudden they would trip like on a car or a sidewalk or something, and they would like elevate 6 feet in the air and just run across the air and things like that. How does that happen? I don't get it. And you want us to spend $60, $70, $80, $90, $100 plus on shit product? I just think shame on you. I don't even know who's the manufacturer of this game. Let me see. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I was looking at reviews earlier, and some of them were just terrible. According to Game Rant, it says here that Mind's Eye just achieved an unfortunate record. It officially becomes the worst reviewed game of the year so far. Again, I don't understand. Like, your reviews are garbage because of the quality of your game. Not necessarily, like, yeah, I'm sure some of those reviews have to do with the storyline and how the game plays. But I just think that when you're talking about the actual quality of product, I don't understand. So let's see who made this game. Who made Mind's Eye? Build a Rocket Boy. Never heard of them. Build a Rocket Boy was the company that made Mind's Eye. And yeah, it's just not a good game. Um, so I don't understand how that's possible. The quality of the game itself, the storyline and stuff, I understand that's subjective. But what's not subjective is your glitches and the quality of product that you're presenting. And I don't understand. I don't understand why you would put out such a shitty game. And so I'm thankful. I was going to buy it whenever it came out. I was going to download it, but I was traveling for work. So I was like, I'll get it whenever I get back. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't pre-order it, because I just wasted 70, 80 bucks on a shitty game. When games like this happen, Mind's Eye, Cyberpunk 2077, whatever, when these games happen, I know you're not going to, game makers, but you should give refunds to some of these games, because you tricked us with marketing. Well, not me, I didn't buy the game, but you tricked so many people with the marketing of this game to deliver a shitty unfinished product, and I think that's pretty terrible of you, if I'm being honest. So, but I started thinking about the world of games. I started thinking about this on my way home the other day from the store. And right now, my son's growing up in a world where he's going to be immersed in video games. He loves video games. And I think that he, right now, the big thing that he wants to do is he wants to play Pokemon with me when I'm playing Pokemon. Now, he's not old enough yet to understand how to play it. And he's not old enough yet to not be wasteful of the resources that you get in the game. And it started getting me thinking, why don't game manufacturers, so let's take Pokemon Go for example, why doesn't the company that makes Pokemon Go, which I don't remember the name of the company, but the company that makes Pokemon Go, why wouldn't you make a kid version of the game that is similar to what we play, but is literally just unlimited in the fact that you have all the Pokeballs you want, and only a set few Pokemon pop up on screen. You don't earn any XP points. You don't try to catch them all. But I can hand my son the phone, or a phone, with this game downloaded, and he can play alongside with me, thinking that he's catching Pokemon along with me. Like, I would pay for that. You put that on the Google Play Store for $5.99, I would pay for that. To allow my son to be able to feel an experience that he's not old enough to be delivered to with your game. And I don't get it. I don't understand. Like I try to look, and there's knockoff versions of the game. There's definitely versions of Pokemon Go that aren't, true versions, but again, they're ad based, and I'm sure there's a shit ton of money there to be made, and that's probably why they don't do it. But I kind of feel like that's a missed opportunity. And so I know that's pretty random, but that's what this segment is for. So if you're listening to me, game manufacturers, which I'm sure you're not, but if you are, two things. One, do what you need to. Naughty Dog, I want a Last of Us 3. Second, give me a mobile version of a game that we already love to play that I can help, create an experience with my kid to play. Like, I just think that's a missed opportunity. And again, I would spend $5, $6, $7, $8, $10 to be able to download it to his tablet and to be able to walk through the parks together, and he get to play Pokemon Go along with me. I would. But right now, the only option is to download the actual version of the game, and then he goes pressing buttons, and all of a sudden I'm out, $100 because he bought, a shit ton of Pokeballs. Like, I don't want that. And I know that's why you do it, but I think there's a missed opportunity there. So, for what it's worth, let's work on that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll work on it. Maybe I'll get licensed through Nintendo and Pokemon to be able to do it. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, guys, that's our show for today. Remember to love all the awkward moments in between life and death. Thank you guys for being here. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that other kind of fun stuff. And then I'll make sure to catch you next time at the same Batman Drew time on the same Batman Drew channel. Thanks, guys. If you've never heard of Retro Rick, and if you've never been a Retro Rick Game Point, you are failing at life. Check out my video coming up for our side quest later on this week. where me, Grayson, and Scarlett go to Retro Rick's Game Point in Conway, Arkansas. Such a great experience, such a great time. And make sure to catch that video. Thanks, guys.